What's up, everybody out there on YouTube? Bryce and Michael RC here. I'm with my son, Braden Games 959 on YouTube. You guys can also go over to his channel and watch him play video games and stuff on there. He does some pretty cool commentary and stuff. He just has fun with his friends. His gamer tag is actually Braden Games 959 on PlayStation 4?
PS4.
PS4. And so if you want to add him on that and play Fortnite with him sometime, definitely go over there and check it out. Leave him a comment, subscribe to him, and things like that. Plus, he's going to be getting more into these 3D printing and stuff. He's made a few 3D prints himself and has helped me with every single one of these Infinity Stone things. He's one of the main judges that I have on files that I pick out. I always ask, Braden, which one should I do? You know. This next print that we're going to be showing you guys today is the Iron Man Arc Reactor, which you guys have seen that in the title below already. But I picked this one because the file itself was the best file that I could see. There's newer Tony Stark Arc Reactors, and then there's this one's from, I think it's like the first Arc Reactor, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the very first one. And you can put it in a little stand like they have in the movie that says proof Tony has a heart and stuff like that. This is that one, the first Arc Reactor. So there's all sorts of different stands, all sorts of different Arc Reactors and stuff, but this one was awesome and I loved it because one, I actually use real screws in it, and two, I don't use any super glue in this entire build. There was no super glue. It was an amazing feeling to do a print without super glue. And there was no sanding, no sanding necessary really. It turned out great, and we're going to get more into it whenever I pull it out. Do you want to say anything before we kick this off?
Make sure you guys drop a big fat like and subscribe if you're new.
And hit that notification bell. That way you can come back every single Thursday. We do a review of these. Usually Monday or Tuesday, I upload the kind of DIY process video showing you guys pictures of me doing it, or showing you guys the process of me making the actual thing that I'm going to be showing on Thursday. So you guys can keep coming back for that. Right now we're in the middle of the Infinity Stones videos, and this Arc Reactor is kind of just right in the middle of the Infinity Stones things because I've done the Tesseract, I've done the Eye of Agamotto, I've done the Ether, and then the Orb is going to be showing next weekend, and then the week after that's going to be Loki's staff. And since we can't do the Soul Stone, and we've done the Tesseract already, I wanted to make this a full complete thing, and so I went ahead and worked. Since it's small like the Infinity Stone gadgets and stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and add in the Iron Man Arc Reactor here. So we'll start out up here close, just kind of showing you guys at a close range. Let's see here. Let's turn it off real quick so you guys can see it like this. Ooh, the lighting's not very good in here, so all the way around, show you guys the stand. It's not really necessarily a stand, but a battery holder. So I can put bigger batteries in here or hook it up to a different battery system. I'm thinking about, right now we've got a battery pack with, I think, two 1500 milliamp batteries in it, lithium batteries, but I think we can put a bigger battery in here, and that's kind of why this is open like this. I'm going to be making a lid for it. But for now, this battery pack fits in perfectly. It's got the Iron Man on the back of it. On the sides, the Stark Industries. Let's see if I can get close enough so you guys can really see that. Stark Industries on both sides. And then it says Tony right there. And then Stark right there. And Iron Man on the front. So that's the print there. It was it's really easy to put together, man. I would suggest if anybody wants to do the Tony Stark Arc Reactor that you do this Arc Reactor, because this was the best one I think that was on there.
He basically used copper wires to go around these. Took a long time.
Yeah, it's 20 gauge copper wire that you can buy at Walmart or any hobby store. I would suggest if you do it though, if you've watched the making video, the progress video and stuff, and you see that I hold it up and it says 20 gauge on it, I would suggest you go with smaller ones. This is the only copper wire that I could find at Walmart at the time, and let me see if I can fish this out of here. At the time when I was making this, this was the only copper wire that I could find. It was the only copper wire that was at Walmart. In fact, I didn't even think it was going to be at Walmart. I was just kind of looking in the hobby area for some stuff, and I seen this hanging up and went ahead and nabbed it. But I would suggest you go smaller. I know stores like Hobby Lobby and stuff have smaller gauged, because what I ended up doing is I put these on. Initially it comes in, this is 3 different pieces, 1, 2, and then the copper. So you have this clear part, and then you put these little things on, then you wrap the copper around. And I basically just put those on and wrap the copper all around, and then this inside part has 3 prongs that come up, and it has to squeeze right where that copper's at. And if you get it too thick, just barely too thick, it'll squeeze in, and then this top part won't fit in right. So if you have thinner, you'll get more. And see, with the 20 gauge, you don't want any of the silver showing underneath. It looks better when there's no silver showing of this piece here. And in order to get that full coverage with the 20 gauge, you kind of have to make it a little bit thicker. That one is probably the best example. It's got a little spot there that's not shown, but you can see where all 3 of these spots are. That's where I had to thin down the copper wire and just make it thinner, because I couldn't fit that in there. So remember that if you're making this, get thinner than 20 gauge copper wire. It'll be, you can do it with 20 gauge, but just make it thinner. And then this isn't available in Thingiverse, so the file isn't going to be available for this part here. But if you guys want it to be available, I'll make it available. The circle that the arc goes into right back here isn't the perfect fit, so I have it zip tied right here in the back to hold on, or else it would be falling. You can see it kind of dangles a little bit.
This print was one of the best prints ever. And the link of this exact one will be in this description.
One thing that I did want to say about this is you can see in the process video that I use blue and white lighting. And what a lot of people do in this is they either put blue or they put white, but it's actually a really bright white color with a blue tint to it. And I didn't know if this was going to work, because when I initially did it, and you can't really tell through the video, but maybe if I get close enough you can kind of tell in the middle. Let's see if I can get close enough. Nope, you really can't. And you really can't in real life either. You have to really be staring at it. But in the middle piece, I put 4 LED lights, 2 white and 2 blue, and then with clear PLA, I printed that middle part, and that clear PLA really expands the colors and mix them both together. When you look at it, you can see all 4 separate ones, so you got 2 blue lights and 2 white lights when you really look at it and stuff, or when you get it just right with a phone camera or something. But these outside ones here, I was really kind of scared with the copper being right here, and then I rotated them. I did white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue all the way around, you know, and I was so hoping that once the copper wire things got put on, you wouldn't just see blue and white, blue and white, blue and white all around. But the cool thing about this print is that LEDs are actually underneath the copper. So once you put the copper clip on there and wrap the copper around it, it expands, it mixes the 2 colors together, because the actual light is hidden behind that, and all you see is the glow of the lights mixing together from each side. So when it comes to this outside arc reactor, you don't see the 2 different colors, you just see the bright white of the LEDs with the hint of blue. So it just worked out perfectly. And when I was first putting it together and I first turned it on without having any of this outside stuff on there, I was like, oh man, I can see all the different lights, I can see the blues and the whites, and this is just gonna look tacky. But once it all got put together, it ended up looking really, really good. This is the most LEDs that I've used in a print yet. Yeah, I think I used 10 LEDs for the ether here, just this little spot just to get that bright enough. I think I used 10. I used 5 for the Eye of Agamotto. That's pretty bright, but these are all in concentrated areas, small concentrated areas. The Tesseract, I think, has 8 LEDs in it, but still it's a box, it's small. The cloudiness from the super glue helps mix all the color together. This was kind of more of an expanded area. There was a lot of clear PLA being used, and then I ended up using about 15 LEDs altogether in that. So anyways, awesome piece. One more thing that I just want to say about it is that it was real easy. The LEDs that are in this clear PLA up here, there's little spots to put the LEDs in, and they're perfectly printed. They're perfectly sized to just fit an LED in it. And then it's all about soldering and the wires and stuff. And then it's got two spots in the middle, so you can put a positive out one side and a negative out the other. And then down here in the base, you got the positive on one side, and you got more holes going all the way through to the bottom. So you don't have any exposed wires on the inside. You can't see any of the wires on the inside of here. So if you were to actually use this in cosplay and put it in your chest or in a chest piece or something, you can look down in there and stuff. There's no exposed wires that you can see. And I think that was just a brilliant design by whoever designed this. It'll be linked in the description. You guys can see that. But the person that designed this, it was brilliant. It was the best one. They've got the new updated Infinity War chest piece. They've got the Iron Man 3 chest piece and stuff, but I don't think any of them were quite as good as this arc reactor right here. And like I've done with the Iron Man helmet, it's just better to do the first. But yeah, that's basically it. If you guys want this base uploaded to Thingiverse, if you guys want to make this and put it in this base, this is all done in Solotech PLA. I can upload this. It's not perfect. I did it in Tinkercad. Like you can see on this side, there's no line. And then on this side, there is a line. I mean, I didn't get everything completely lined up perfectly. All these prints, the Iron Man face there, the Iron Man face here, the Stark Industries, all that stuff was added in. They're files on Thingiverse that I imported into Tinkercad, and then I ended up meshing them into the print. So I can leave links to those if you guys would like. I can put them in. I'm not going to put them in initially, but if you guys want me to, just leave a comment, and I can show you guys where to get those. Most of these prints are Marvel. They're superhero. They're comic book stuff, and yeah, people my age who grew up with comics and stuff really love watching this. But what this is mostly for is kids. If you got kids that really love the Avengers, that really love the Justice League or any of those movies and stuff, I want them to be able to come in and check out what can be 3D printed and stuff. And me and Braden, we love going to the movies and watching all of those. It's like our favorite thing in the world. Anytime any new Marvel movie comes out, we go try to see it when it gets released. So that's really kind of what this is for. So I think on the prints from here on out, I want to do a little part of the video that's just Braden's thoughts on it. I want to give him just a few minutes just to kind of give you his thoughts on the entire print, just to let you know what he thinks about it, and then from here forward he'll be giving you guys his opinion of the orb when it gets shown. And he loves the Loki staff. I love the Loki staff too. That's like my second favorite print. Braden Games 959 has the floor. He's gonna tell me what he thinks from a kid's perspective.
My opinion is that this is the #1 most epicest print that he has ever done. Following that, Loki staff.
Following that? Yeah, the Loki staff's pretty cool.
Well, that one comes like 1 centimeter after it, but yeah, this is the best. The stand is just so cool because this side, like, see, like that side, there's, if you guys can see, there's like a whole bunch of holes. This side, there's like lines. Yeah,
the gold didn't want to spray right, and I didn't really care too much about this stand.
That honestly makes it look better.
I didn't know if I was going to use this stand. Oh, you like the more weathered?
Yeah, especially like on the back where it's like that black part. I guess he kind of like messed up. That honestly makes it look more epic.
I guess that's a happy mistake because the gold didn't want to spray, and then whenever I went to weather it, I tried a different way to weather it, and the black stuck a little too much. Anyways, one last thing before I go, I want to let you guys know that I started a new Instagram, Bryson Michael RC on Instagram, because I have been told that Facebook is a dying social media, and I wanted to give you guys a way to see these prints as they're being made. As I've told you guys before, the arc reactor was made weeks ago. You've seen it in the last 2 videos that I've done of the Eye of Agamotto and the Ether, that the orb's been done, the arc reactor's been done, and the Loki thing's been done, and I only put a video out on one of them per week. And so these things have been done for weeks by the time, well, not weeks, but, well, yeah, weeks. These things have been done for a few weeks before you guys actually get a chance to see them and stuff. And so I want to give you guys a chance to see them being made, the weeks that they're being made, pictures of them as they're being made, give you guys an opportunity to leave comments and ask questions. And plus, I think I'm going to start going live on Instagram rather than YouTube. That way on YouTube we can stay to the weekly videos for kids and stuff who just want to see the final prints being done, or for people who want to check back and use YouTube U to see how to build these prints and stuff. And then Instagram I'll be using just to kind of make short 10-15 minute videos, just kind of showing you guys how I do the weathering, how I do this or how I do that. Right now I'm making a Power Rangers helmet. I've got some Power Rangers helmet pictures on there that I haven't shown you guys yet. They are on the Instagram, Bryson Michael RC. If you guys would like to see that stuff as it's being done, go over to Bryson Michael RC on Instagram, follow, and leave some comments and likes and things like that all over there. Leave comments all day long here.
I'm Brandon Games 959. Go check out my channel and go subscribe to me, and most importantly, go subscribe to him because it's his channel.
Go play video games with this guy. Go play video games with him. People love playing video games, right? Brandon Games 959. Add him on there, and then every now and then I get on there and play too. Even though I'm no good at video games, I'm not a video game person.
I teach him.
Yeah, I'm the old dad. So, we'll see you guys later. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday and the rest of this next week. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
That's coming down and they have good guns. But let's just go. Hopefully people actually come here, or else it's going to be a waste of our time.
Can I take those clings?